I was walking down Castle Street. I saw a crowd of strange faces, and they said to me, where can I see the famous county aces? So I said to them, come follow me. We'll take you down to Edgerley, and there for all the world to see are the glorious Stockport County.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Edge of the box is Madden. Madden trying to manufacture the shot, gets it away, it's there! Oh my word! What a goal from Paddy Madden! The Irishman strikes again! And is that the goal that's going to send Stockport County back into the Football League?
We are going to update that intro, I promise. It's a bit old now. It's getting old, so we will get that done. Hello and welcome to the Scarf Bagara War with me, Russ Johnson. No Nick Lee tonight, as you can probably tell. But we are joined, as ever, by Waggy. You all right, mate?
All right, pal. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening indeed. Hello to everybody online. Thanks for joining us. We've got a packed show tonight. Lots of football content, you'll be pleased to know. Yeah, we've got a guest, Phil Lloyd, who's going to join us very, very shortly. Long-time listener, long-time county fan. So we'll spend the evening with him, so to speak, which is very, very nice, as I'm sure you will join us in saying. Tonight, we're going to talk about the 4-2 win away at Swindon. We're going to talk about the Bolton defeat from last night. Breaking records. We're going to do a bit of getting the reses. We're going to look at Colchester at the weekend. We haven't got an opposition preview. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anybody. Make of that what you will. And also, to add to getting the reses, we've got a new sort of quiz. Nick doesn't know about this. I made it up literally within the hour that before started the show, called From the Archives. So stick around for that. That's going to be a quiz at the end, and any fan guest that comes on will be able to take part in that, and you can have a go at home yourself. So we'll explain that later. So yeah, just a few things before we get started. A bit of admin. So Patreon, please do join our Patreon. You get extra content on there, like the Courtyard Club call. I said that right, didn't I, Waggy?
Yes, you did. Yeah, well done. Well done.
Thanks, mate. I've been
practicing in the mirror.
Yeah, in the mirror. I was gonna say in the mirror. Yeah, I've been practicing in the mirror. And do like and subscribe as well. That's quite important. 40% of our viewers aren't subscribed, which is quite a lot, really. So please do that. And we're nearly to 600 subscribers on YouTube as well. So please do that. That would be lovely. Our Christmas do, for those interested, details are coming up of that. The venue is sorted, Stockport Gin. So the date is sorted. I can't remember the date, but 20th of December. Thank you, Waggy. So further details will be released in due course. And we've got some extra podcasts coming up on top of the Courtyard Club call and on top of this as well. We're going to be interviewing Steve Massey next week. So that will be out shortly after that. Richard Singleton is going to be joining us for that. Those that remember Richard Singleton, he was a guest that we had on who knew a stupid amount about the sort of 80s and 90s for county, which is great. So he's going to join us for that, and he's going to join us on other podcasts that we get with other sort of older players, shall we say. So Steve Massey interview coming soon, and a new episode of Dave Smith Never Existed also has been recorded, and that will be available in the coming weeks with Nick and Ben. There we go. That's everything out of the way. That's all the admin out of the way. How's about that, Waggy? That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, slick.
Yeah, I like it. So without further ado, then we will get our esteemed guest out, Phil Lloyd.
Debutant.
Here's Armstrong. Yes! Oh, what timing!
Hello, Phil.
Good evening, esteemed guest. That's a build-up.
Yeah, well, you are esteemed. can often be found in the courtyard before the match, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah. It's just like a reunion in the courtyard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just like us talking in the courtyard, basically, isn't it? I did set you some questions before
You did.
the show just to get to know you. So we'll call this bit "Get to Know You." I might even do a jingle for that. We've got loads of jingles, loads of new jingles. So I'll keep them coming. So, what was your first game?
First game was the 9th of March 1990.
You know the actual date. That's brilliant.
I know the actual date, yes. I've in anticipation of this, I did some research just to make sure I got the right date. It was against Wrexham. We got beat 2-0. Hooks were in. There's a friend from school asked me if I was doing anything, and he said, "Do you fancy the game?" So I said, "Yeah, okay, fine." Then to be able to stand there and shout at people for 90 minutes and just the atmosphere of everything, it was just great. Loved it.
Can you remember? Can you remember the scorers?
No.
Pushing it a bit far there, you know what I mean? He give us the date and the team and the score.
I know.
That's pretty decent.
I know. I'm pushing me.
Yeah,
there,
the crowd was 1,000.
Best game or best moment?
Best moment, we'll call a second against Halifax.
Really? That
yeah.
recent?
Yeah, just knowing that was getting us back in the league. I was there with my dad and my 2 sisters, and that goal hit the net, and the 4 of us just had a hug. And just like, yeah, we're back, we've done it. Because that was the clincher. And then hearing that Wrexham had gone 1 down as well was just, yeah, that's it. Absolutely. Nothing can stop us now.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, good. Best goal you've seen live?
That will be Ian Helliwell against Everton at Goodison.
Oh, that's one of mine.
That counter-attack. 3 touches, Lee Todd, Chris Beaumont, Helliwell's head, back of the net. I think it was the team they were playing as well. It was Everton's full-strength team because they were defending the cup.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a second string. We went there and played against a starting 11 and gave them a real good game. Yeah, and that goal was... I still watch it now. It was just brilliant.
Yeah, it's cracking that, innit? I mean, that's one of my favourites as well. It's that left foot, isn't it, from Todd out to Beaumont.
It wasn't his left.
Sure
no, it was the outside of his right foot.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Outside of his right foot?
But yeah, bent it up the side for Beaumont. Beaumont first time cross, Helliwell stooping at a bang.
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna have to look that. I'm gonna have to look that back. But yeah, no, I'll take your word for it.
He says he still watches it, so I think he's pretty. I think he'll be pretty good at it. He's watched it a few times.
Yeah, and we went berserk in that end, didn't we? When that went in.
We did. The fact it wouldn't stand as well just made it even better. The noise we created that day was unbelievable.
Yeah.
One of the best away games I've been to.
Yeah, and like you say, it was their first team as well, wasn't it? It had. Yeah. Was Duncan Ferguson playing for them then?
He was, yeah, because he scored in the replay. But they had like Southall was in there. They had Graham Stewart up front.
John Ebrell.
Yeah, did Anders Limpar went there then as well?
Yeah, Anders Limpar was there, wasn't he? Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah,
so
Gary Ablett, obviously.
Proper starting 11. I don't think they made any changes. They took it seriously, and yeah.
No, that's a cracking one.
I'd like to get them in the cup this year, Everton. I'd like to get them in the FA Cup third round.
To say goodbye to Goodison.
Yeah, to say goodbye to Goodison. I didn't go to that game, so I've never been to Goodison. And as my missus is a Liverpool fan, there's no way that I'm going to be allowed in there unless it's to watch Stockport County.
It'd be good to do to them what we did to Stoke. Beat them in the last FA Cup game at their ground.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The old Victoria Park. Favorite player now and ever. So let's start with ever, and then we'll come to your favourite player now. Yeah.
It was Andy Kilner.
Oh right, yeah.
I just loved Andy Kilner. If I wasn't playing in net, I was always stick me out on the wing. I'll try and whip the crosses in like he did.
Is that you modelled yourself on?
Yeah, never happened. Yeah, just not the hair. Although the hair now, because I've seen him a few times. I think he lives not far from me, to be honest. I've seen him on the train a few times.
Oh right, nice. Have you ever spoke to him?
No, it's always a bit busy and it'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Just some fat bloke approaching you on the train, having a chat.
Yeah, it's that thing as well, isn't it? Meeting your heroes. I was dead lucky with Tom Bennett because he was a really nice guy. But imagine if you met someone and they were right knob.
Yeah. Although I did have a really
I say good time, with Jim Gannon years ago. It's when Coco's was still on. It was the last game of the season. They were giving out little flyers, and it was access to the VIP lounge because some players were going to come in. So I remember Gannon was in there. Matthew Bound came in. Somebody else, can't remember who it was. And I was just sat on the table with 3 of the blokes having a chat, and he came over, put his pint down, stayed and had a chat with us.
Nice.
For about an hour. And if I remember right, I think he bought a round as well.
Oh, there you go. Well,
so that was a good night.
Yeah, probably earns enough wages for it, to be fair.
Well,
so.
yeah.
What about now? Favorite? Who's doing it for you today? Now,
it was Sars until he got injured. I wasn't his biggest fan last year. I thought he was a bit lazy, but this year he's been on fire and just so unlucky now with that injury. Do you know how long he's out for, by the way?
I was just going to say, has there been any update on him? I've not heard any update.
No, it might be in Challenger's
what he's done
tomorrow then.
No, shoulder injury, innit, I think.
Yeah,
he went off with his arm tucked in his shirt, didn't he?
In his shirt, yeah.
So
I'll take the word for it,
good.
I don't know if that does that actually do anything. You know, when you tuck your arm in your shirt because
because it was actually holding it, so it's supporting, isn't it?
Yeah, does it?
Yeah,
but that's what does it
off
offer
the shoulder.
Does it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, so clearly, but here's one for you, Nick. SCFC 10. I met Damon Sterling, Coco's. Great lad.
The place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a brilliant place, that.
Which was the place that used to face the swimming pool? Was it Squares?
In the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Grand Central.
Over the way.
It was called Grand Central first, and it changed to Squares.
Yeah. I met Jonas Larsson in Squares once. Do you remember Jonas Larsson?
Can't say I do, to be honest.
It was a young Swedish lad we had when Kilner was in charge, and we had loads of Swedes. You know, loads of like Scandinavia. He must have done.
That's because of his links, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that's it. So he must have done send your scout out to search for Scandinavian area. Do you know what I mean? And got a load of these. But yeah, met Jonas Larsson. He was a nice lad. Yeah, and idiot like me, I was like, yeah, I'm a County fan. He's like, all right, yeah. There you go.
You still like that today?
The things we do. It's just dawned on me before we get into Swindon on Saturday and look at Colchester. Waggy, what was your first game?
We've had this when I was on last time. I've got the program off Gazendo.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we don't need to go through all that.
14th of September. I remember you saying it. 14th of September, 1990.
How do you remember stuff like that?
And it was Burnley.
Well, we'll have to watch what we say.
Right. I know. Yeah.
No, I think we said it was October 19. I can't remember. Said it was 1989 and 1990, but I know we played York because again I went back through.
All right.
And then when I said that, Gazendo come up and said I've got the program for that, and I got it off him 2 or 3 weeks later. So because I said it was definitely a Friday night, and I think it was the second Friday night game of that season.
Right.
So
yeah. Fair dues.
Fair dues. Yeah, I can't remember if you could remember yours or not.
Me or Phil?
Yeah, you.
Oh no, I can't because my dad took me when I was like 4 and 5 years old, and I just don't remember. I remember being in the main stand, but I don't remember much else. And then after that, I don't remember my first home game. I'm sure my first away game was Chester when we drew 1-1, and I think they equalised late. And I think did Precy score for us? I can't remember. It's all a blur to me. It's all a blur. Just like me mid to late, maybe early to mid 20s is going counties. It's all a blur. So yeah,
I can't remember my first away. I think my first away game might have been Wigan.
Wigan
at Springfield Park.
Yeah.
I think mine was Blackpool that same season. I think towards the end of the season we played them away. So I remember I actually went and bought a shirt in the shop and went because it was the old grassy bank that you used to have. And I think we were 2-1 down at half time. Sat there all a bit glum and stuff like that. And this guy come up and was like, come on, get behind the team. I bet you're all plastic fans. I bet you've just bought that shirt today, haven't you? And I was like, yeah, still got the price tag in it.
Good stuff. Right, let's move on to the Swindon match then on Saturday. Decent 4-2 win. I know, Waggy, you didn't go.
No, I didn't go.
Phil, did you go?
No, I wasn't there Saturday.
Okay, I was there Saturday. Bit of an achievement unlocked for me. I drove over the Magic Roundabout twice. So, woohoo for me. Which was amazing. But in terms of the match, how did you see it? Go on, give us your opinions.
We made hard work of it.
Certainly in the first half.
Yeah.
But I was listening to the comms on John Kieran's comms, and it didn't sound great for. I mean, it started off well enough in the first couple of minutes, and then they just seemed to take control.
Yeah, I wonder if it was a case of one of them dragging us down to their level. It seemed a bit.
Maybe, yeah.
They dragged us down to their level, and we just didn't seem to be like popping it about or properly pressing and stuff like that. And then Ed sort of dropped a little bit when we went 1-0 down, but then it was good to bring it back. And then it felt a bit against the run of play that they scored. And again, we sort of seemed to drop a bit, but we never looked as if we weren't going to win. But we just, as I say, I just think we just made hard work of it. But I think second half we were much better in the second half.
Yeah, I was just listening to it, just waiting for JK to say, "And there's the goal." You know, it seemed like it was coming.
Yeah, it definitely was. In the first half, in the ground, and then up to half time, I was a bit not annoyed, a bit disappointed with the first half performance. I thought we sort of underperformed and let them play. And don't forget, they've got some really good players. That Kemp, I think, is top of some sort of, is he goals and assists or something?
Goals and assists or something like that. And was that the 6th or 7th game on the trot or something that he scored, or has he got 6th or 7th for the season? I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I can't remember. But they individually they had some really good players. You could tell that they could play. And I was a bit disappointed with the first half. And obviously, as I got, and we'll talk about the second half in a second, but as I got in the car and started to come home and was chatting to Dan, my lad, it definitely, in hindsight, felt like they were really coming at us. They were really sort of playing beyond themselves to keep up with us, really, to a certain extent, to the point where if there was one still in the first half, one sort of frame, where you can see we had 5 players along their back line of 3. I think it was South of Males on the right. Inside was Sars. You had Wotton, Bailey, and Collar, I think, when Crowsdale had the ball. So they were playing a dangerous game, and I know Charlie said that. So and I think he said he was predicting goals as well, because he kind of knew that they would come at us like that.
But I think that seems to have been their sort of story of the season, doesn't it? They're almost trying to be of the ilk of we'll score one more than you.
Yes, the Keegan approach.
Seems a bit that way, but I don't think if they come against a relatively decent organised team, is they're not going to outscore them, and that's where they have the problems because they're still going to let them goals in.
Yeah. So with that mentality and that gameplay, they're going to finish mid-table, aren't they? And they're going to get a pasting one week and beat teams,
and then pace somebody the week after.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. And at halftime, I was thinking, oh God, it's 1-0. And even when they scored the second early on in the second half after we'd equalised, which was a penalty. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, we couldn't see it. It was one of those weird ones in the stand because when it's too far away and you don't really know what's going on. It was one of them.
Well, I was watching the stream and I missed it because it sort of cut back, so it wasn't. And he said penalty, and I was like, "What's that for?" And then you watch the replay and you just see him say he completely somersaulted South of Males.
Yeah, because again on comms, JK said it was a controversial penalty because he hadn't actually seen what was going on.
Yeah.
It was only when you look back at
the ball and left it,
absolute stonewall that.
Yeah. Even the vlogger, I obviously watched the vlogs. Even their vlogger said that at that end that was a stonewall penalty. You never seen a more stonewall penalty in your life. And then obviously we went ahead scored twice in 2 minutes, which we all went ballistic because we were right next to the home fans as well. That was quite nice. And we all went ballistic. What did you make of the what did you make of the equaliser? And well, we'll talk about Bailey on its own because it deserves it. But what did you make of the Wootton goal?
It was a great ball in by Toure because he looked sort of off balance. It wasn't the best ball back to him, but he still managed to dig it out to Wootton's head. And I've seen, was it their manager was saying their defender slipped to give Wootton the space, but he wouldn't have got near him anyway because he'd already made the move. He was about 3 or 4 yards ahead of him. So even if he'd not slipped, he was still 2 yards behind him. So he still would have scored it. But I just thought the ball in by Toure was fantastic, considering what had come up there, built up to it.
Yeah. So, absolutely agree. And the ball, we spoke about it on the Courtyard Club call, myself and Dan Culverwell. The defender slipped because of Wootton, not in spite of. So Wootton made the run. He came from behind him, timed his run to perfection. The defender slipped because he saw Wootton late and thought, "Shit,
need to get there."
To react. If Wootton doesn't make that move, and he deserves a lot of praise for it because it's proper good play. If he doesn't make that move and find the space, that defender doesn't slip. If we keep him in sight. So,
great
like he startled the defender.
Yeah, great control, great header, wasn't it? Just cushioned it, isn't he? He didn't have to do anything with it.
No,
just put it on target.
Yeah, a thing of beauty. And talking of things, a thing of beauty. Things have a beauty. Beauty things are. Bailey,
stunner, stunner.
Absolutely top draw.
But the little layoff from Wootton as well was a perfectly weighted layoff, and that's the second one he's done now. Because he did one for Sars against Tranmere, where he laid it on the halfway line, just the perfect weight of pass for Bailey to just run onto and
touch him with his right foot as well.
Yeah, he's wrong there. He's standing leg.
Yeah, first league goal as well, isn't it? It's weird. It's weird because he's been so good, hasn't he? First league goal.
He's going to go on a rundown.
You can sort of see it because as you say, he's been knocking on the door, hasn't he? He's had a few sighters, if you like.
Yeah, he's hit the woodwork a couple of times. Had some go really close, and it's like the weight off his shoulders now, monkey off his back. Right, just go and play now, and just know I can bang it in from anywhere on either side.
Hopefully,
he scored the first one a curler with his left foot, and then that one with his right foot. Just needs a header now.
Yeah, let's not get greedy.
No.
Yeah, and then on to the last goal. The last goal was pretty much because they were chasing, and we brought on, which is just unbelievable. We brought on Madden, Powell,
Camps
all at once, and it's like that bench. I mean, those three get in most teams in League Two, don't they?
I've said that.
Yeah.
Every time I look at the team and I see the bench, just say this bench is obscene. They would walk into most teams in this division.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you consider as well, earlier in the season when we were struggling, the bench didn't look as strong, did it? Because of the injuries and things.
Didn't it? The bench weakened us. Now, you could say certain aspects the bench strengthens us.
Yeah, because beginning of the season, there wasn't anybody off the bench that you think, right, they can come on and change the game for us, really.
Yeah.
It was just those players are there because that's all we've got. And we'll just, if we need to try and change it up, then we'll just have to try and put them somewhere and see what you can do. Whereas now, as you say, any one of those players can change a game.
Yeah.
And if we are struggling, sorry?
Paddy can come on and play the 10. You can go up front. He just spreads the passes all over the place. Like the general in the midfield when he comes off. So, he really does strengthen the team.
Yeah. No, he does. He does. So all in all, a good day at the office to beat them away. As I say, they've got some really, really good individuals. They're going to get pumped one week and pump a team another week, aren't they? Let's hope it's against our rivals.
They're going to struggle, aren't they? Because the two best players, there was Kemp and there was another lad, and they're both on loan, aren't they? One from
Guy from Bradford.
They reckon they're going to get recalled, don't they? Because they've both changed the managers now.
Is it Jake Young? Jake Young from Bradford.
Yeah, Jake Young. Yeah.
They're going to go back, aren't they?
Yeah. So then, did you say that have they got any depth that they can replace them with? But as you say, they seem to have been absolutely out of this world for them. So
yeah. Well, they're scoring the goals for them, aren't they? They scored 2 on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. They're on fire. So yeah, again, all in all, good day, and that made it 13 in a row in all competitions, didn't it?
Yes,
It did.
And 11 in the league.
11 in the league. So Liam Richardson posted what the records were. I don't know if did you see that picture of the records?
I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Did you have a closer look at it, or did you just look at the?
No, I did. I did sort of zoom into it a bit to see what the actual league record was.
Yeah. So League Two is 12 in a row.
Yeah.
I think the overall is 14, isn't it?
Yes, I think it
Yes,
is.
I think so.
Yeah, did it work out? Could it be Salford? Because if we'd match it this weekend if we win, and then we'd break it at Newport.
Right.
The League Two. Oh no, then it's Salford.
Then it's Salford, Salford at home.
That'd make it 14. Yes, so that'd be called the league record. Salford.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're far too ahead of ourselves.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I hate to tempt fate.
We've got a massive game on Saturday.
Yeah,
we have got a massive game on Saturday. Before we talk about the game on Saturday, we will get to that. I mentioned 13 in a row on purpose because obviously one of those was the EFL Trophy and one of those was the FA Cup. So last night, Bolton came to town.
What an FA Cup final that was. The FA Cup final. Oh.
Yeah, well, they brought quite a lot, didn't they? To be fair,
they did. Yeah.
As to avenge the FA Cup defeat of 2 years ago, wasn't it?
We must have
this massive tournament that we all care so much about.
When both teams were through,
we must have really hurt them with that 5-3 a couple of years ago. You know, because they came out in force, didn't they?
Yeah, and you've seen all the Twitter feed, didn't we? About stick that up your Stockport, stick your FA Cup third round or whatever it was. Back at you're just like, hold on, right? But I spoke with a Bolton fan yesterday and today, and they had 5 or 6 of the first team squad out. So it's not as if I think he said they've got 3 or 4 on international duty because they tried to. They tried to get it called off because they'd got 4 off on international duty. Their manager tried getting it called off.
Oh right, is that right?
And I think basically they put 5 or 6 of the first team squad out last night. I think they've got a couple of injuries, but they put a much stronger team out realistically than us.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I did watch it. Unfortunately, had to listen to the Scottish Bolton commentator, who was
he was.
I ended up putting him on mute for the second half. I just couldn't be listening to him.
Wasn't McGinley, was it? Was it John McGinley?
No, it wasn't John McGinley.
I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't somebody I'd heard of or seen heard before. But yeah, he was. I didn't realise that we were playing Brazil in the FA Cup final. It was that.
Yeah. Just for the audio listeners, we just had a bit of a chuckle before because JK's put revenge is a dish best served in a game nobody cares about. So, it's an interesting one though, isn't it? So if you look at the facts, I don't want to sound like Rafa Benitez now, but if you look at the facts, they'd made 6 changes. Yeah, we made 11, so you can say that it's obviously not our strongest team. I think that's fair to say. It's my opinion, and I've said it. Well, I've thought it for a long, long time. The top of League 1 or Tier 3 in this country is where the football really, really starts to get interesting, because at the top of League 1 you are only 25 places away from the Premier League. So that's when it starts to get not more serious, but a bit more. That's when the football for me starts to get really, really high quality, because that's the sort of thing you're dealing with.
You could definitely see the quality that they had.
Yes,
and I think
that's what I mean. Yeah,
they were probably the first team that have properly pressed us last night. As soon as it came away from the keeper to Burn, they were on, and they were like pushing on all the centre backs and everything. So it was interesting to see how. And again, if we'd have put our full teams, first team squad out or first 11 out, I think it'd have been a different game.
It'd have been
to
closer.
See how,
yeah.
It'd have been closer. I mean, and fortunately, their forwards were absolutely atrocious. I mean, Smith got man of the match. We made some good saves and stuff like that, but I think some of them, they made the saves look easy and look good. You know what I mean? There was some of the finishing was absolutely shocking. It could have easily been, I'd say, 4-5-0.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't have really flattered them, to be honest. But they were awful in front of goal. They say good at pressing. We just looked a little bit off it, but as you say, we're playing our second string, and we were putting minutes in legs. I think that was the biggest thing. And yeah, we didn't really seem to create many chances, though, did we? And I think we won the offside cup off them, so we just seemed to get caught offside every time we went forward.
Yeah. No, we did. Yeah, I mean, they're clearly good, aren't they? And I think what it said to me overall was, when we do go up to League One, I think we need to pitch our tent and be ready for a bit of a stay in League One. It's going to take 2, possibly 3 years to start to mount an attack on that division, because it starts to get, as you go up, it starts to squeeze really, really, really heavily, doesn't it?
You get some decent teams coming down from the Championship, don't you? And as you say,
well, just look at some of the teams that are in there.
Yeah,
Charlton, Derby, Bolton, Wigan, Reading. I mean, I know Reading are struggling, but they are big clubs.
Massive clubs. And you think the ones that are up in the Championship, and I know we're probably getting ahead of ourselves as well now here, but look at Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham. They're both struggling, and Rotherham certainly keep on yo-yoing. Yeah. So they're no small club either. But much like us, I think we're probably on a par with Rotherham, actually.
But again, the Bolton fan I was speaking to at work today, he was like, he thinks that they're punching above the weight. He thinks they're going to get caught out and not be like top 3. He reckons they might just be playoffs.
Who, Bolton?
That's his feeling. He doesn't think the back 3, the back 5, back 4 are strong enough, and they're going to get caught out by decent teams. I think they play Oxford and Portsmouth or someone like that in the next 2 or 3 games, so they've got quite a difficult next few games, and he thinks they're going to get found out. So but they look tidy enough yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm as well. I'm hoping Charlie will and the team will learn a lot from it, just based on the players that they put out, and the way that we played, and he probably learned a lot about the players that were on there as well. Certain individuals played well, played okay. Certain individuals didn't. I don't know if you feel the same. Any individuals that you want to point out?
I think Camps had a steady game. I wouldn't say he was, but I wouldn't say that anybody was outstanding, because we got beat 2-0 and we didn't really have any shots on target. But I think Camps had a decent game. Paddy looked all right. I think you could tell that Powell had not played. I know there's a lot of people that have got on his back and stuff like that, but that's only the second game. Yeah, second game back, and he's, as you say, I know he said that he was fit 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but I don't know. I don't know if he definitely didn't look match sharp. Let's put it that way. And I know he's not played a lot of games. So Pye, again, he looked decent. I think he had a pretty decent game. So it was. There wasn't anybody outstanding that you think definitely has got to be, got to be starting on Saturday. But
what do you make of this, Phil? Last night exposed the concern if Crowsdale picks up an injury, we'll lack another defensive central defender, or I think you mean central defensive midfielder.
We've seen it before. He's tried to play Camps there, and that's not Camps' game. Camps is more in the Sars role, the general, the creator in midfield.
I mean, unfortunately, Sars has been injured, but he looked good when he dropped back there. the other week. Was it Accrington when he dropped back?
I think it was. Yeah.
I think it was, wasn't he? Yeah, he dropped back. Croasdale went off, and he dropped back into the Croasdale role and bossed it for the last half an hour. So again, unfortunate. Hopefully, he's not out for too long.
The only thing I could see with that is pushing Akil Wright to midfield and playing near
I think,
and using Akil Wright as the shield in front of the back.
It's an option, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's where he played at York, wasn't it?
It was. He came as
defensive midfielder at York.
Midfielder.
And I think we've also got that. I mean, he's only a young lad, but that Cotterell, I think he seems to be more of a defensive midfielder. So maybe
could you chuck him straight into a League Two game and say play that anchor role? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's too much for him now. I just introduce him slowly. But he must, Charlie and the team must rate him because he's on the books. We've got him on loan as that cover. So, we can only trust it. Okay. So that's the Bolton game. Before we move on to the Colchester game, so we will look ahead to that. I'll throw some stats at you, maybe if I'm feeling like that. Just have this little break and then we'll come back. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. And for the audio podcast, please rate, review, and recommend us on whatever podcast player you are listening to us on. Cheers, thank you. Okay, looks like Phil's gone again. He's probably there still, is he? Anyway, we'll carry on. So Colchester then. We say football's not played on paper. Of course, it's not. It's played on the big green pitch that we have at Edgeley Park. Certainly, this Saturday it is. They're not doing too bad, They're actually. I know. Okay, they're 16th in the table, 20 points from 17 matches, but in the last 5, they've actually won 3, and 2 of those are away from home.
Yeah, at Accrington and Grimsby.
Yeah.
And then they've just been and beat. Well, they beat Swindon, didn't they? Midweek last week.
We can all do that, though, can't we?
Yeah. But no, and again, I don't know if it was because everyone was scared of the Swindon backlash, weren't they? After they got beat by Aldershot 7-4, everyone's going, "Oh God, he's going to be a difficult." But I suppose in a way, I was glad that they played Colchester.
Yeah. On
the Tuesday, and obviously that backlash was they got beat 3-1.
Yeah.
So as I say, on paper we should do, but as I say, I thought they'd had a really bad season and not been very good at all. But as you say, when you look at the last five league games, they've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. So, but they've lost against Harrogate, beat Accrington, Grimsby, beat Swindon, and then drew with Sutton. So it's like, are they one of them teams that raise the game when they play somebody decent or somebody towards the top of the table? Maybe not so much Grimsby, but thankfully we beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's they're having a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde season by all accounts. Yeah. I mean, they had a good EFL trophy win away at Cambridge. I mean, look into that what you will. Obviously, clubs play different teams in the EFL trophy. They got beat 5-0 away at Forest Green a month ago. So, have they had a bit of a kick up the arse since then because they have won 3 of the last 5. So it's weird. A bit of a Jekyll and Hyde. They beat Notts County 5-4. Don't know if you remember that one in September. So I guess what I'm trying to say is they can come and probably give us a game. It's probably going to be a bit like a Swindon where they're probably going to come and have a go at us. After all, it is November. It's not the business end of the season. What have they got to lose?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it depends what their aspirations are for the season. If they want to try and push for a playoff place or whatever, then a point at county is a very good point gained, isn't it? Rather than no points. So what I say it's difficult because I think, as you say, it is only November, and I think we've sort of thought before that most teams are going to come against us at Edgeley Park and park the bus and just try and go for a 0-0 to start with, and if they can nick a goal, they'll nick a goal. But as you say, maybe it is because it's early on in the season, but nobody seems to have done that yet.
No, but is that a sign of how good we are, though?
Yeah, possibly. But again, they've not seen. I don't think they've seen that any team have really looked as if they are really wanting to sit behind the ball. Because I thought Crawley were going to do it. I thought Forest Green were going to do it, and they came out. Yeah.
I was just about to say, Phil, what are you expecting on Saturday? How are you expecting Colchester to come? And don't say by bus.
No, I think we're on train, to be honest. I don't know. They'll be wary of us, won't they? Because of the run we're on. But will they want to come and just sit back and play 5 across the back and 5-4.5 with the one up top sitting in the centre circle? I'm not sure.
This is it. This is why this time last season, did any team come and sit behind the ball? I don't remember. I mean, you remember the date of your first game. I don't remember the last season.
Doncaster did.
Was that before Christmas though?
No, it wasn't. That was after.
No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before Christmas, everyone's got their ambitions. Probably they're either ahead of schedule or they're behind schedule, whatever that is. But it still seems to me that before Christmas, people play with a bit of freedom still.
Yeah.
And that plays into our hands, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we've come across anybody yet, like you said, Waggy, that's actually put 2 banks of 4 and defended. Made it hard to go round them, made it hard to go through them. And that's why we're probably getting loads of success. The challenge will come when we come into the next half of the season, I think.
Yeah.
But as you say, we've got different ways of playing now, haven't we?
Yeah,
Certainly, unfortunately, no Barry, but we've still got Alafi up front who's fast. We've got Wootton who's a decent target man. Yeah, and then we've now got Bailey he's still looked really good, and we've got people like Sars, Collar who can pick a pass out, or Collar can get beyond the front line. So I think that interchangeability that we've got up front is the key that we've got for unlocking teams.
Yeah. Bit more on Colchester then. So their top scorer is Joe Taylor. So look out for him on Saturday. He's also got the most assists with 4. He scored 7. It's funny this actually. Oh no, sorry, no. Joe Taylor's top scorer, Arthur Reed, has got 4 assists. I do beg your pardon. And Joe Taylor seems to be their outstanding player. He's at the top of most of their stat charts, to be fair. So yeah, Joe Taylor's probably the one to look out for, with a sprinkling of Bradley Ihionvien, if I've pronounced that correctly. He seems to bless be you, then. Bradley Ihionvien. He's getting his shots away, so he's one to look out for as well on the team sheet for Saturday. In terms of defensive play, you're looking at Thomas Dallison, who's probably their standout player in terms of clearances and blocks and things of that nature. So, yeah. I think it's weird because obviously we haven't got the opposition preview. We couldn't, just to recap, we couldn't find anybody from Colchester to come on. The last I saw was one of their podcasts saying this club's rubbish and no wonder we don't do a podcast anymore. I was thinking, oh God, you want to try National League North, mate? So yeah, I don't know what to expect for Saturday. I expect us to win, I guess, because we're on such a good run and they are down in what was it, 16th, I think. So
20th.
Is it 20th? Sorry, did they get that wrong again? Oh yeah, 20th.
Oh no, they are 16th.
No, 16th. Yeah, 20 points. Yeah,
20 points. That's
I was right. So yeah, anything more about Colchester?
See, we're up in the railway end again for home fans.
Yes.
I'm not sure how well they're selling, but
yeah, I don't know. We've got any
demand there again.
Yeah, we haven't got any blue dot perverts amongst us. I'm not. No. Fair dues.
That's left bollock, isn't it? He's the
blue dot. Yeah. Good old Ryan. Not seen him for a bit. Might see him on Saturday in the club courtyard. was going to say in the Courtyard Club call. Then I'm getting even that mixed up now.
Club.
Yeah, I have got to say
You
though,
got it right. You can't say it. You can't help but say it.
I know. Reels off the tongue now. Reels off the tongue. But yeah, it was just from a personal perspective, it was so good to go to Swindon, and we made a play for it because I've missed so much with all these stag do's and weddings as well. So it feels like I've not been to Edgeley Park for ages. So it'll be good to go on Saturday. Good stuff. Right. Shall we do get in the reses? Before we do get in the reses, actually, just wanted to mention as well, some of the media that started to come out from the club and elsewhere as well. I think it's really good, the stuff that the club's putting out at the moment. So have you seen the Youth Cup highlights, the Academy highlights, the Academy updates as well? Jordan Keane did a bit of a video today on the Academy.
Oh, I've not seen that.
No, I've not seen that one yet.
Yeah, so get watching those. Really good. Give a good insight into the Academy setup, and then obviously we've got the usual little snippets we get from the club. You know, those get to know videos. And did you see that? What's in the box for Halloween? Did anyone see that?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
that was quite funny, wasn't it?
It was quite funny, and I think that showed as well that Barry and Tanto, they got a good relationship going between them. They were taking the piss out of each other, weren't they, and having a bit of a laugh on that. So
yeah, definitely. No, it was good. It was good. So let's get in the reses then. So who wants to go first?
Have you got one, Phil?
I have got one. Yeah,
go on then. You're the guest. You can go
a bit of
first.
help with this one. It's a short term one.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. No, stop.
Sorry.
I forgot to play the video that gives everybody the ick.
Reses. Get in the reses. Get in the reses.
I'm not having that.
Get in the reses.
Oh, get in reses.
There we go. That's if everyone feels better now, don't they?
They do. Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. So mine, it's the Aldershot FA Cup game being moved to a Sunday, 2:00, but we can't watch it. What's the point?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's an extended highlights that it's been selected.
Extended highlights, yeah. Can't they do that on Saturday?
Yeah.
Why move it? I mean,
100%.
This was given to me by Rob McCloy. He's tried to. He had it all arranged, and now he's got to try and change his shift so he can go.
Yeah.
And it's not until so why? Pointless.
Yep.
Is it not even on some sort of stream somewhere?
I
Legal
think
or
if you're
illegal?
abroad, you can watch it.
Okay.
But if you're doing that, just stick it on the red button. Sure, the technology's there. You can put it on the red button and go, if you want to watch it, it's there. But just to move it to 2:00 on a Sunday, to go down to Hampshire.
Yeah.
Why?
Was if memory serves, was the Bolton game 2:00 on a Sunday? Okay, shorter journey, but that was 2:00. Was that 2:00 Sunday?
It's a really short journey for me.
Well, yeah. Don't you live in Tesco next to Bolton Stadium or something?
Not far from there, off the north,
You're only waiting for a pint of milk. He's been there for 4 years.
Yeah. Coming away to myself as I go around Bolton, get back.
Yeah. Ryan Moore said they did it last time when we played Barnet. Yeah, I seem to remember that as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I mean, I don't think I'm going to Aldershot. It just seems like a rubbish one to do.
Well, it was a proper meh draw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, for me, I always want the lowest ranked team at home, and to get that away, I thought maybe that might be on TV because it is a potential banana skin, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're still top of the league at that point,
and especially what they've just done to Swindon.
Yeah,
yeah. Here we go. You know, non-league going to the top of League Two, having just absolutely embarrassed a League Two club.
Yeah,
you thought.
But no, we'll just move it to a Sunday anyway, just for the sake of it.
Yeah, just for the sake of it.
Yeah. I kind of agree with most of the games that they have put on telly, though. There are some potential upsets on there that they've put on telly. There's one that potentially isn't, and there's only one reason why they've put it on ITVX. And I'm not going to say the name because
alarm bells will go off. Yeah, we all knew which one you meant, Russ.
Yeah. So yeah. But do you know what? Are we surprised? Year on year, it's the same, and they get it wrong. It's not just about us not being picked or changing our times. It's everybody. It's like they don't consider the match going fan at all, do they?
No.
It's a shame. Absolutely. I might do a little jingle of yes, we agree, getting the reses. But yeah, I think kickoff times change for FA Cup matches just for extended highlights. Very specific there, I think. Not sure we're going to have that again. Yeah, that can get in the reses.
What if it's a really drab 0-0 draw?
I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the extended highlights are going to be shit, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, true.
Here's all the shots, 5 best throw-ins, and here's County's 5 best throw-ins.
Yeah,
we'll show the one shot on target 15 times.
Yeah.
What's your longest away game for a 0-0 draw? Mine was Bournemouth.
Ooh.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know. That's too much on the spot, that one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go. One to think about. Waggy, what's yours?
Not the 20 pod or whatever they're called for the most pointless tweets ever. Absolutely pointless. The most points gained since September. And strangely, we're top of that. But who'd have thought it? Because considering we're actually top of the league as well, having gained the most points since the beginning of the season. It's unbelievable. What's the absolute stupid... I just don't get why they put that. It's not as if it's a revelation or they're trying to show,
insight or anything.
Insight, is it? That's what I mean. It would have been... It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Did you see what I tweeted as well?
Yeah,
I tweeted. And we're top of the league, and they replied and said, "Thank you, Captain Obvious." And I'm thinking, yeah, but yours is obvious.
Yours doesn't give you anything. Yeah. I mean, what is this something? I mean, it's not as if Wrexham are second, and they were second in that tweet. And then I think the only one they got different was Crewe and Mansfield. They're the other way around, aren't they? They've got Mansfield third and Crewe fourth.
Is that right? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
That much.
But yeah, so basically they showed the top 5 of League Two, who are the top 5 of League Two. It's like, what? Thanks for that.
Belting research, that is.
Yeah.
I didn't see the point in. They should have explained why they chose September. That would have been a better. The significance of choosing September.
I mean, is there anybody that if we? I don't know. Beginning of September, we weren't first, but yes, we have picked up the most points since then. But yes, we are top of the league anyway. Yeah. So it was just pointless. It was just. I mean, it wasn't even clickbait, was it? Because it was a picture that they posted.
Yeah.
So it's not as if you're trying to, you go into something that you got to pay for or anything like that. It was just a completely shit fucking tweet.
Yeah. You feel very strongly. I'm loving the passion of this of a shit tweet. Yeah. Nick Lee, friend of the show, long time listener. He says, "Wait till next month, Waggy. They'll do a best XG differential for a cup game on a Sunday afternoon that's not televised live."
Extended highlights, and we'll be able to see it.
I tell you what, that Nick Lee, he sounds pretty funny. I might see if he wants to come on the show for a bit. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that, getting the reses. See, I knew this getting the reses would be a good feature. You can just carry it on forever, can't you? My getting the reses, since you asked, is
I was just about to.
Oh, thanks, mate. You can come again. Other fans of clubs that just don't get it. And what I mean by that is, last night, Bolton were laying at us when they were 2-0 up against a team that was a division below them in an irrelevant cup. You don't lay at that. I'm sorry.
And we put our second 11 out.
Yeah, and we put our second 11 out, yeah.
Yeah, I saw your post about that, Ross, and I was just like,
yeah, as you say,
who cares?
Exactly. So, I'm so glad that they won the FA Cup final last night. It was immense for them. I hope they're so proud.
Yeah. It was the same with United under 21s, wasn't it? When they won the penalty shootout, there was a lot of mini pitch invasion. It's like, oh, come on. Really?
Yeah, but weren't they chanting some like bad shit as well, weren't they, at the United under 21s as well last season? So it's just like, yeah, come on, lads, grow up.
Yeah, not having that.
No.
Not having that.
No. Yeah, you can get that one in as well, Ross. We'll like that
we
one.
can get that one in the res as well.
Oh, that was the other one that the Scottish commentator said. I think when they said was it 3,600 that were there last night, and there was 1,500 Bolton fans, and he was like, "Yeah, obviously, come to this game, important cup game and stuff like that, and the majority of it is Bolton fans." Well, no, you've not even got half of the crowd.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You're not doing your maths there, have you?
No, he's not. No.
Yeah, not his strong point.
No. Right. Shall we do our little feature at the end that we said that we were going to do at the start?
I'm so glad it's not me.
Are you so glad it's not you? So for those that missed at the start, and Nick's probably one of them. I know he's watching because he's. I think he's trying to get back from North Manchester. I am reading your tweet, your comments, Nick. Just that none of them were worthy of putting up until now. So that's why he's took 52 minutes, mate. We're going to call it From the Archives. So I've thought of this like within an hour of the show starting today. So all fan guests in future will come on. They're going to pick a year from the archives of a choice of games that were played on this day, which is the 15th of November. Of course it is. So you've got a choice of years, and I want you to try and guess the lineup of that year. So there's quite a good spread here, and then I'll make a note of how many you get. What I'll probably do is I'll probably time you. Give you 2 minutes.
Even more pressure.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
He's just throwing shit at you, isn't he?
2 minutes. I know. I'm just sort of you're my guinea pig, Phil. I know you're a good lad and you're quite knowledgeable.
You do this to me.
He's trying to make sure you don't come on again.
No, well, you hold the prestige now of being the first person to do this. Ever on this podcast. And by the end of the season, what we'll do is whoever has got the most will win a prize.
Well, I can tell you now, it won't be me.
Well, you never know. You never know.
No, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, let me play a little transition, and then we'll get into From the Archives.
Gleeson! It's a cracker! Stephen Gleeson! What a beauty!
Right. So your choices are Norwich City 2001 in a 2-1 win. Grimsby Town 2003 1-1 draw. Millwall 2008 we lost 1-0. Hendersford 2014 we won 3-0, and Gainsborough Trinity 2016 we won 1-0. And I've got to say, while you're choosing, I've got to say thanks to Hatters Matters, because that's the site I'm on, and it's very good for county stats and what have you. So yeah.
Okay.
Which one are you choosing? 2001, 2003.
I'm going to go 2001.
Okay. Right. You can see.
Is it just lineup, or is it like managers and stuff as
well?
No,
just the starting line at 1 to 11. Please don't comment in on this, by the way, because I think, Phil, you can see the comments, can't you?
Yeah, well, not on there, but yeah, I've got my phone open, so
yeah. So you close your phone. Be a good lad and close your phone. There we go.
It's off. No cheating. Look,
Right. Okay, that's good. No cheating.
Back of it.
Okay.
Right.
So I've got the shirt behind me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there you go. So you should be able to reel off all 11, really, shouldn't you?
Well, I'm thinking keepers. There was 2 that wore that.
Well, you just. It's a bit like I think you just reel off as many as you can. In fact, should we do 1 minute or 2? I'm just trying to work this.
Give him a chance. No, I'll give him a chance. 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Right. Reel off as many as you can. I'll just make a note of how many you get. Are you ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Carlo Nash. Carlton Palmer. Kevin Cooper. Rob Clare,
He's not looking at you, Russ.
All right. No for Kevin Cooper and no for Rob Clare, by the way.
It's James Tunnicliffe about then.
No.
No.
Someone's not played Championship Manager 0102 for a long time. I can tell.
No, absolutely not. No. Do we have Laurent Jaffa?
No.
No. I told you I wouldn't get a good score. Didn't even gone by then.
Got a minute left.
Not going to need it.
It's hard when you put on the spot, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's so long ago as well. I'm getting on a bit now. Memory's fading.
You got one so far, which is Carlton Palmer.
Great. That's great. Carlton Palmer, right. So it wasn't Carlton, was it Eric Nixon?
No.
No, they're the two keepers I was thinking in that shirt.
Everyone's screaming probably now at the
They
telly.
probably are. Well, they're not sat where I'm sat right now. That's why I don't go on game shows. I don't even know my name.
I'll tell you the result after this.
Yeah, one.
No, I mean the lineup.
All right, okay. No, can't think of any more.
No. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard.
It is. It's really hard. Yeah.
So that's the time up.
Many players.
Yeah, that's the time up. Okay. No. When I reel off some of these players, mate, you're going to kick yourself. You really are.
I'm sure I will.
Right. So you got one. So that's your score. I can't think that's going to win it. I might buy you a wooden. I don't know, wooden spoon or whatever. But anyway, we can't say that yet because someone might get 0. Okay. So the lineup. Waggy, any ideas?
I've cheated and I've just had a look.
Oh, right. Okay. So in goal was Lee Jones.
Right.
You got Keith Briggs, Peter Clark, Yarkovis, Carlton Palmer, Leo Roger, Ali Gibb, Aaron Lescott, Scott Taylor, Aaron Wilburn, and Glyn Hurst. On the bench was Sam Turner. I don't remember Sam Turner as a keeper, I've got to admit.
No.
Richard Sneakers, quite a coup when we got him. Chris Williams, who runs an academy now, doesn't he, in the Manchester area? John Daly and Damien Delaney. There you go. I mean, you knew all of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. So you're the first person to do that, and you scored 1.
One for first.
1 for first. So you are top of the league at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well done, me.
So yeah. So that was the game, and we beat Norwich 2-1. I think that was the game that they opened up.
First game.
Yeah, I think it was, and I think they opened up the railway end because I'm pretty sure I was stood in the railway end.
Because that was when Palmer thought he was Chris Waddle, wasn't it? That game, thinking he could stand it just in front of the defence and ping it everywhere.
Yeah, I remember Palmer because that's why I thought Tunnicliffe might have been playing. I remember him playing in a game once, and there was a young defender playing alongside him who made a mistake, and he absolutely tore a strip off him.
Yeah,
in front of everybody, and I was like, "You don't do that. This is a young kid. You just ruined him there."
Which player was it? Sorry,
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. I know he was a young lad.
Right.
Palmer played himself at centre half alongside this young lad, and he made a mistake.
Peter Clark, it's got to be. Yeah.
He just went for him, and it was just like, oh no, you can't do that.
It's got to be Peter.
If you're going to do it in the dressing room at half time. Don't do it on the pitch in front of everybody.
Yeah,
he was a bit like that though, wasn't he, Palmer?
He was, yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. I remember it now. Yeah, Nick, friend of the show, a long time listener, says live on ITV Digital on a Thursday night. I remember it.
Yep.
Yeah. And Phil Mulryan's goal was a bit of a peach, I think, wasn't it? It was in top goalkeeper's top right-hand corner, I think. Couldn't do anything about it. So, yeah.
Well, that works.
Stuff. Yeah. Well, it did.
Thanks for doing that to me.
It did.
Do you think you'd have done any better with any of the other games that he did you?
No.
No. And I think, do you know what? Just by sheer luck, Nick's just mentioned it. We've got the video of the game, 27 seconds long. Do you want to watch it? Yeah, let's watch
well.
it.
Colin Palmer is making his way forward into the box. Ollie Gibb, who's left the free kicks this afternoon to Peter Clark to take them. Looking long. It's Palmer on the far post, and Colin Palmer has got the goal for Stockport County that dreams are made of.
There we go. I can't guarantee we're going to have that every week, by the way. But that's a good choice. Good choice.
Well, it wasn't for me.
Well, no. But you are, again, let's look at the positives. You are.
Yeah, you're still top of the league.
Yeah, you're currently winning the competition. So, other fan guests might say.
The league table after the first game of the season, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe not the 20 podcast. I'll tweet it later.
Well, maybe. I hope so. Yeah. Might just drop my line now.
Yeah.
Since September.
Yeah. I think your best chance of winning though is probably everybody else refuses to do it. I think that's probably your best chance.
Or you just stop it now.
Yeah. Just stop it after one. It was such a mitigating disaster. We'll stop it. You can win. We'll get you a prize. Good stuff. Right, gents. I think that's it. One more thing I've just remembered. USA Hatters, if they get going with a podcast, we'll get them on here. I've already asked them, and they've already said yeah, they'll come on. So
cool.
we'll do that as well. That's something.
Yeah, I've already given them a follow on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So that should be good. Yeah. Thanks to everybody for watching and listening. If you're listening to us on a podcast player, please do rate and review us. It helps us with the algorithms. Please leave a review. It doesn't matter what you say. You can say anything that you like within reason. Or don't. Yeah.
Hopefully this quiz, you'll scrap it.
Yeah.
You can't open a load of like dubious accounts just to get rid of it. No.
So yeah, please do like and review. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, which 40% of you haven't, please do hit the subscribe button and get us over 1,600. There's no marker for that. It's just nice to see us over 1,600, which is good. So yes, will I see both of you in the courtyard on Saturday?
Absolutely.
Yes. Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
I won't be driving, so I might be having a couple.
Oh. That sounds ominous.
Just to let you know. Yeah, I mean, it's me, mum and dad's 50th wedding anniversary on Saturday night. So nice. I'm driving over and my car is getting parked. So, yes.
Right. Very responsible of you. Good stuff. Right. Cheers, everybody. And we will leave you with the end credits and see you next week. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Thank
Bye
you.
now.
Bye all.
This episode of the Scarf Bagala War was written, recorded and produced by Russ Johnson and Nick Lee. The music on the opening titles was produced by Dan Johnson. Subscribe wherever you get your content, as well as finding out how to join the TSBW fan club. Check out the links in the description or go to allthews scarfbagalawar.co.uk.